brilliant, feisty, witty, compassionate, devoted, a little ornery, insightful, and most importantly, they love their sibling with epilepsy. As many of you remember, the results of the survey were presented at the DSF conference in 2018, and man, that seems like a lifetime ago. And Lori and I have had multiple presentations around the world as it relates to the results of the survey and the insights from the sibling workshop sessions. In brief, the data indicated that the siblings have both positive and negative impacts associated with the dynamics of Dravet syndrome and other severe epilepsies. But of concern, the data suggested that these kiddos might be struggling just a little bit, even more so than that the parents recognized, and in particular, showing signs and symptoms of depression and anxiety. As a result of the data generation, Lori and I have made absolutely every effort to place focus, a very positive focus, on these wonderful SIBs, with presentations to clinicians, parents, advocacy groups, in order to prioritize these SIBs and to bring them out of the shadows, and to encourage the recognition by all parties that these kiddos have a voice and that they also are impacted by the epilepsy syndrome themselves. In addition, the foundation worked with us in the development of tools and resources that place a sibling first and to help assist families with the larger impact of epilepsy syndrome on the family as a whole. The Sibling Kit is one such tool that has been created to assist the sibling and the family. And here's Miss Lori, my partner in crime, to talk about this fabulous resource.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm just going to, if you give me just 1 second, I'm going to share my screen with you. Come on. There we go.
Thank you, Carla, and thanks to everyone for taking time out of your busy day to join us this afternoon. I'm going to be sharing the details on the different kit components with you today, and I'm super excited about these new resource tools, so let's get right to it. So as Carla mentioned, the Foundation worked with us in the development of these important tools and resources to provide awareness and support to parents, caregivers, as well as siblings. And different kits were created, one for parents and caregivers and two for siblings. Well, let's start with the Parents and Caregivers Resource Kit. So this kit comes in a folder that contains an informational brochure on the impact of Dravet syndrome on siblings. It also comes with a sibling support guide that contains signs that your VIP sibling needs more support. My Family is Living with Dravet Syndrome is a shareable one-pager, and then the kit also comes with 50 assorted love notes. So once you open the folder, you can see on the left-hand side down there at the bottom where it says Brighten Your Child's Day. So that's a little pocket that contains the tear pad of love notes. And then on the right side of the folder, tucked into the pocket, are the additional resources in this kit. So let's get started by talking about the first and probably most important is the impact of Dravet syndrome on siblings. Carla talked about the Sibling Voices survey, and this brochure highlights a few of the most important learnings. It provides input from healthcare professionals and insights based on real-life experiences contributed by parents and caregivers and siblings from the Dravet community. And with words of encouragement that are shared throughout, this important resource provides helpful information on ways you can support your sibling. On the back cover of the brochure is a guide pocket with the pull-out sibling support guide. So this resource guide is a trifold that provides parents and caregivers with important information on what to look for. So side one provides tips on how to identify signs that your child may need additional support or help. And then on the back of the guide are helpful recommendations on how to keep the lines of communication open, as well as information to support you in your efforts to support your Dravet siblings. And the guide also offers suggestions on when and how to ask for help. Inside the Parent and Caregiver Resource Kit, you'll also find a tear pad. And this is a one-page information sheet that you can share with a sibling support circle. You know, we hear parents say it can be difficult to constantly repeat to everyone around them what Dravee is and to explain how it can impact the family. This user-friendly document provides a high-level summary which can be customized to include your emergency plan and contact info so that those who support your child have a better understanding of what your child might be experiencing and feeling. It also provides an open invitation to connect with you so those supporting your child can provide feedback and insight on what your child may be experiencing when they're outside the family home. So with the intent of keeping the lines of communication open, this resource also provides words of encouragement and expresses gratitude to those in your child's circle of support. And then last but not least, the Parent and Caregiver Resource Kit contains a tear pad of love notes. Even though most siblings understand why parental attention is mainly focused on their brother or sister with Dravet, it can be difficult at times to remember how important they are. So dropping a love note inside the sibling's lunchbox, backpack, or maybe even just sliding it into a textbook to be found later could be a wonderful way to remind sibs that you're thinking of them and that they're important. And of course, siblings can also receive their very own special VIP Sibling Kit. There are two versions of the kit that have been created, one for sibs ages 4 to 10 and one for ages 11 to 18. Inside the Sibling Kit, all sibs will receive a welcome card, a journal, a positive affirmation coloring book with markers, stress putty, and Rockin' It Rough Day wristbands. And then in addition, just for sibs ages 4 to 10, they will receive a plush star and the My Sibling is Special, a book written by the DSF to support young sibs. And then for the older siblings ages 11 to 18, they will also receive a pop socket and a door hanger. As mentioned, each sibling kit will come with a welcome card that describes the kit contents. And as well, each VIP sibling kit will come with a positive affirmation coloring book. So Carla and I discovered through our experience working with the sibs during the sessions at the Day of Dravee events that coloring can be very calming. And by infusing the positive messaging throughout the books, we hope the sibs will find comfort and confidence through the simple task of coloring. Psychologists recommend writing for people of all ages as a way to express feelings. In the sibling kits, 2 different age-appropriate VIP sibling journals provide the opportunity for siblings to write, draw, and even doodle their feelings through the prompts with fun and sometimes thought-provoking questions. And then each VIP sibling kit comes with cleverly disguised stress putty. Sometimes just playing with VIP putty between your fingers can provide a little release when experiencing anxious feelings. And now let's face it, we all have some good days and some bad days. And so to help your VIP sibs express how they're feeling in a non-confrontational way, we've included the Rockin' It Rough Day wristbands that were such a hit at last year's Day of Dravee events. The wristbands are actually double-sided with clear messages on each side. And with a quick flip of the Rockin' It Rough Day wristbands, siblings can communicate how they feel to parents, caregivers, and really anyone in their support circle. So black side out, your sib is rocking it. Purple side out, your sibling is having a rough day and may need some extra attention, a hug, or maybe just a little space to process how they're feeling. For the younger VIP siblings, a plush star to attach to their backpack is the perfect way to remind them all day, every day, they are a star and a very important member of the family. And then I'd like to turn it over to Misty for a few minutes to give you an overview of the My Sibling is Special book. Misty?
Hey, I just want to let you guys know kind of like how this idea came about. Through our Super Siblings Camp workshops, we were able to learn about the fear and anxiety that sibs can experience. We also heard about how strongly they love their sibling and how protective that they were of them. The My Sibling is Special book was developed from these conversations by clinical social worker Nicole Stranjo. She's from the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, to help younger children who have a sibling with Dravet syndrome understand and navigate the complex emotions they experience.
Thanks, Misty. I'm super excited about the book. I can't wait to see it live.
For our older VIP siblings, a pop socket for their cell phone is a constant reminder of just how important they are. And then with this age group, a lot of time might be spent hanging out in their bedrooms, and it can be difficult for parents to know how siblings might be feeling, especially if the door's closed. So these VIP sibling door hangers can be used by the older sibs to communicate to parents and caregivers when they need space and when they want to talk. Keeping the lines of communication open in a simple way that doesn't require explanation and invites conversation is the goal with this simple support tool. All of these new wonderful resources are only available through the Dravet Syndrome Foundation. You can access the information and order page from the Gervais homepage under Patients and Caregivers, Resources, and then the third link down goes to the Super Siblings Club. You can also reach this page directly by going to dsfsupersibs.org. So thank you so much. It has been an incredible privilege to work with the Dravet Syndrome Foundation and the Dravet community to create these needed resources. And I'd just like to take a moment to give a huge shout out and just say thank you to the families and healthcare professionals who provided their input for these materials. I mean, we all know it takes a village to support the families of Dravet, and we're just so grateful to everyone who contributed to the creation of these important resources. So with that, I would like to turn the call back over to Carla to moderate a conversation with one very special Dravet family who has firsthand insight on what it's like to support these amazing VIP siblings. So Carla, back over to you.
All righty, Miss Lori, thank you very much. I also personally want to thank the foundation, the families, and most importantly, these siblings. We've spent a ton of time with these families and kids. These kids have been the inspiration for the project and will continue to be the driver for tools and resources to educate the families, counselors, schools, and healthcare providers, because without these siblings, we would not have anything. Ms. Lori and I both want you to know that you guys truly rock, and that will always, both of us will always have your backs. Your commitment, love, and devotion to your sibling and your family are unprecedented. We are both so very proud of you, and we love hanging out with you. So as Lori mentioned, this is absolutely my favorite part of the day, and I so very wish that this could have been live in Fort Worth, because I was really looking forward to this, because anytime that I get to be around this family, it's truly a blessing and a privilege for me. So with that, I want to make an introduction to Misty and Ali. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you, Ms. Carla.
Hey guys, how's my favorite family from South Carolina? Are you good?
Yeah.
All righty. So what's going on in South Carolina? Anything? Nothing much? How's your summer? I know it's been sort of a strange summer. Is it good?
Yeah.
Has it been good? Have you guys been able to go swimming yet?
She was there today.
Cool, cool. Well, you know what, Ali? You know what I had plans to do this week in Fort Worth? I thought you and I would have a cowboy hat competition and see who was able to wear it better. So we're going to have to do that next time. Everybody, Ali's got a cowboy hat, and whenever we're at the next meeting together, we're going to wear them together and sport them around. So you'll see us rocking that.
So for you guys that don't know, Ali is my 9-year-old. She's my daughter, and she is the younger sibling to our 12-year-old son, Braxton, who has Dravet. But we call her our big little because she's like a big sister to him. And she's taller, yeah.
And she's pretty feisty. Whenever I say feisty and also a little ornery, whenever I describe some of the siblings, she meets that perfectly, but she is absolutely my favorite. We've had a ton of fun. So I understand that you might have something there in front of you. What do you got? Is it Christmas? You want to go ahead and open it and see what's in there?
Just so you guys know, she has not seen what is inside this yet. We received it a couple of days ago, and I kept it sealed up in the box, so she's seeing it for the first time with you guys.
Okay.
All right, Ali, while you're opening that, you and I have been at the very least in 3 sessions together. And I know I even came to South Carolina to hang out for Burning with Brax. So let me ask you this question. What have those sessions been like for you? Have they been fun? Have they been dorky? Are they cool?
Because
Now,
Mom got me a chocolate muffin, a big chocolate muffin.
well, you know, have you had fun with Miss Lori and I whenever we're doing this? Have you learned anything? Now, make sure you're open about this, and also don't tell them that I lost that kid last year, but we found him later. But any other things you want to say about it?
Right.
Oh, whoops. Oops, I forgot. There's other people on here. Well, we found him, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. But you know, after 3 years, after just losing one person, it's not too bad of odds, right? No, not really. All right, what's in there? Anything cool?
Do you want to open it? Okay, go ahead.
You know, also just remember those kits are the sample kits, so they're not the, you know, the final production. So they're
Yeah.
so there might be something, don't read that label because it might be.
She immediately goes to the
That's the VIP putty.
Yeah, the VIP putty, but
right.
there's this adorable little "you are a VIP sibling," and in your kit it tells you everything that's in there. But yeah, she loves the putty, as you can tell.
Uh-huh.
So Misty, let me ask you this question. While she's working through stuff, you know, with us taking these kids off while you guys work through in the morning sessions, and you've had the ability to be with Ali after it, what have these sessions that Lori and I have participated in over the years meant to you and your family?
So we love the sibling sessions. I think, as you all know, there's no one really that understands kind of what you go through unless they're in this group, this community. It's so good for Ali to be around other siblings so she can kind of talk to them about, you know, how she feels or her emotions, things she might not want to disclose to us because she doesn't want to stress us out. But it's just been good, I think, for her to be around other people that are in her same situation. And I can tell you that for the conference, my husband and my son weren't going to go, but I had asked Ali, do you want to go? And without a doubt, she said yes. So I was just, even though I was going to work, I was going to take her because I knew that she would be with you guys in the sibling camp all day, which is where she wanted to be. But yeah, I love the sibling camp. It's probably one of my absolute favorite things that we do.
Misty, let me ask you this, with what we've, you know, talked about, and, you know, Ali coming home talking about things, has it affected how you do things as a parent whenever some of the things that have came out in these sessions at all?
Has it affected things? Well, yes and no. I think it was easier for her to talk about things. Like, for instance, very early on, we weren't really sure what she wanted to do. Like when there was a seizure, like maybe she wanted to be involved or maybe she didn't want to be involved. And maybe over time that decision for her had changed. I think she felt more comfortable being able to talk to us saying, you know, Mom, maybe I just want to come over and make sure that he's okay. And then go on and do whatever I want to do. Like maybe I just don't want to sit there all the time and watch it. Or she was, you know, a little bit more open to us about kind of what she wanted to do when she watched her brother have a seizure.
Well, to me, it was really cool with Ali that how she developed over, you know, the years that, you know, Ali is a rambunctious go-getting kid, but sometimes she would get in that session and sort of pull herself in a little bit. And I think exactly like you said, whenever she would have the other kids around her, she would start to open up. And then by the time, you know, after the first year and even going on to the subsequent years, she became the leader of the group, sort of that normal personality. And she, that whole dynamic with the other kids in there. So Ali, you know how we'd be in the group with all the kids in there, and I know you made some friends over the years too, and you always look forward to some of the other kids coming back year after year. Tell me about that. How was that to be with kids that are just like you? Did you learn anything?
So how did it make you feel like being around other big brothers or big sisters that have little brothers or little sisters with Gervais?
I don't know.
You don't know how it made you feel?
Did it make you feel less alone?
Yeah.
That you had somebody else there with you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Was it good to talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, Miss Ali, Lori and I know Lori's about ready to chime in. Tell the entire audience that you're talking to something really cool about you. You know how Lori always talks about she plays the bass, you know, every year. Tell everyone on the phone what's something really cool about you.
I do soccer.
You're on Travel Celebrity?
I do lots of sports.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of sports.
Hey, Ali, look what I'm wearing.
And I've got mine too. So you want to tell everyone what those are?
You remember that?
Do you remember these?
A green and purple one, remember?
Mm-hmm.
It says rocket for if you're happy, and if you turn it around, it says rough day to, or like, if you don't want to tie your pants, you just wear it.
All right. So have you used this since last year whenever you got the first bracelet? Do you ever wear it around the house and your mom watches
For a
for it?
while, then I lost it.
Uh-oh, now
Yeah.
you got a new one.
You know why they were too big, but now you notice it's a smaller size.
Mm-hmm.
Does that fit better for you?
Well,
Yeah.
I have 3 black bracelets on me now.
and look
Yeah,
at
I've got mine on black too.
You know what, Miss Ali, I wear mine around the house too, and it's like whenever dinner's over and I really don't want to do dishes, I'll put it on having a rough day. And really, it's only been picked up on once, but hey, at least it was once.
Well, Ali, what do you think about the other things in the box? Are those in the kit? What's that? Uh-huh. What do you think that you'll enjoy coloring in that?
With some markers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those are really cute.
I saw
So
a
Misty, what do you thinking about it? What's it look like to you as a mom?
I would love it. I would love it. And I mean, these are all, you know, a lot of her favorite things.
birdie hearts.
She loves to color. I love
Yeah.
to color with her. So,
Well,
And-
go ahead, Lori. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, and too, the coloring book, you can, once you color those, Ali, you can pull it out. There's a perforated edge on it. And so that way you can put it up on your wall if your mom will let you and all that.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
like?
because I know last year it was so cool how it was proof was in the pudding. We just had some little girl brought all of her coloring with her and ended up the entire session, all the kids started coloring, and the peace and calm that came over all of us, including Lori and I, it's a really impressive method to help these kids.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have like it's almost like a little diary.
Like, the journal.
The journal, yes.
Yeah.
So believing in yourself is so very important, and they have a place where they can fill in. Like, I'm proud of myself because things you're thankful for, what you like doing with your siblings. So this is cute because this is something that, you know, she can fill out over time and then I can keep, and later on, many years down the road, she can take it out and look at it. So I think it's really cute.
Yep. Awesome. Now, Misty, have you had a chance to look through the parent resources? I know you actually were one of the wonderful folks from the community that contributed to the content. Do you want to talk about any of the pieces? I know you really helped us a lot with the My Family is Living with Gervais form.
I love this too. I think it's great for our community. I have to tell you though that these are like my favorites.
Yeah, that was your idea.
Yeah, so I used to,
What is that?
they're like little love notes that like I used to put in your lunchbox every day for school. Remember the ones that were laminated? Yeah.
think so.
What a cool mom.
For her and Braxton, I always put these little cards in their lunchbox.
Not always.
Well, I didn't this past year because I felt like she didn't want it anymore, but I think she does. So we'll start again when school starts back. But I would put these in their lunchbox just so they know, like throughout the day or when they go to have lunch, that mom's still thinking of them. And these are super, super cute, and you can just kind of tear them out, and that way if they throw them away, that way if they throw them away, it's okay. But like dream big, you got this. It's just a lot of positive stuff. I can't wait to hear about your day. You make me proud every day. So yeah, that's exactly what they are. Sibling love notes, and I love these.
Sibling love notes, and you love them.
I do love them.
These siblings, you love them.
I do. And then my family is living with Dravet syndrome. So these are the tear-off sheets that you just saw about in the presentation. Those are really good because I was telling Lori and Carla and the team that there were times that Allie would go to a friend's house, and
A lot of times.
the mom would, well, this was early on when we didn't know your friends that well. You were just becoming friends, but the parents would say, tell me about Dravet syndrome, or
I don't know.
what do I do if there's an emergency? And these are great because you can put all that information in, like whether it's during school or practice or in the evening, your contact information is on here, the hospital that you go to. That way, if they're at a friend's house and they have this sheet with them, you can just text them, hey, so-and-so had a seizure, I'm on the way to the hospital, and they have all the information. They know where you are. It even has like your emergency plan during the school or practice in the evening, during the weekend, in the middle of the night. Her soccer coach, when she started with this soccer travel team, I sent an email to them early on just to say, hey, Allie's on your team, but I want you to know kind of what goes on in her home life so you understand why she acts the way she acts sometimes, or if she for some reason doesn't show up, what's going on. This is also a great thing to give to them because I promise you their soccer coach didn't know about Dravet syndrome. But it just kind of explains who your child is. You could give it to a teacher. It could go in that school packet. I don't know if you guys do school packets every year, but I usually do for new teachers, and it could go in there just to explain to them, you know, your sibling or your child is the sibling of Gervais, and this is what Gervais is. I love it.
And Misty, you know, we're going to be working on making that available electronically as well. So it'll be a fillable PDF too. So you could either use the TearPad or, you know, use the electronic version.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
and
awesome.
then I'm just looking at the impact of Dravet syndrome on siblings. Information and resources to help care for your child without Dravet syndrome. So this is probably, I'm guessing, is this a lot of the stuff that you guys found in your studies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And some of it is highlighting the most important learnings, and then other information in there just you know, how to support your sibling. Yeah. And then also it's really nice because we know that it is a difficult situation, but there are also so many positive impacts that siblings experience. And so, you know, we got a lot of wonderful quotes and insights from both siblings and from parents on how they feel about their sibling with Dravet. So those insights are woven in between too. So it's important to know that there are a lot of positives too.
Right, Lori, there was a question that came across on the chat page, and it said, is there a way to get these kits over to Europe yet? We're willing to pay shipping.
You know, that I'm not sure. It's probably a question for the, you know, Marianne. I think I saw on the registration form, it says for the US only. So we'll have to circle back with that one.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're willing to pay for shipping, I'm sure that's not a problem. I would just make sure you either email me or Marianne, and I can make sure we get the answer to you. It's Misty, MISTY, at dravetfoundation.org. And the other comments are just, I love the sibling love notes. These kits are amazing. So everyone is super excited.
Yay, awesome. And they'll be super easy to order too. The form that Marianne put together, it's really nice because you can order both the parent and caregiver resource kit as well as the sibling kits on the same order form. And if you have multiple siblings, you can indicate that you have multiple siblings, and you make sure that you provide the age for each one so that the age appropriate kit can go to them. So I know.
Lori, what was the link again? It was www.dsfsupersibs.org. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So you can either go there directly, or again, you can also navigate from the homepage too. Yeah.
Are you okay if I open it up to see if there's any questions?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Perfect. Let's see, hang on one second. There's one in the chat. If anyone has a question, feel free just to go right ahead. Oh, it was just a comment. My daughter, non-Dravet child, has sat here watching the presentation with me. She said the kit was super cool.
Yay.
It is, guys. It's really neat. I can tell you that both Carla and Lori have put a lot of time into this to make sure that, it presented exactly like they wanted it to. And I really do. I love it. So I'm thankful that you guys took the time to care about our siblings and do something special for them.
Awesome. Good. It's so good. So great to hear. I'm just curious the age of the child who said that looks really cool. I wonder if it's in the younger sibling group or the older sibling group.
Yeah, because you guys keep in mind there is another box for, what is it, 11 to 18?
That's right.
She's 11, Lori.
11. Ooh. Okay, good. Well, I can't wait for the family to order it and get their kit.
Are you able to share the original survey and results? Where can we find this, if so?
So we do have the results published in a number of different ways. We have presented, I think, about 9 or 10 abstracts, posters, actually around the world on this data. And we've actually have a full manuscript publication that we've submitted. And so fingers crossed that that'll come out soon. So I'm happy to provide some links, Misty, I can send you of the existing data that's available right now.
I can tell you, Lori and Carla, that I just received a text message that says people are already signing up for the kits. So that's good.
Yay.
Yay.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm also really grateful to the team at Zogenix who helped us put all this project together, on Nina's team and everybody in the marketing team and just everybody. I mean, there were a lot of people who provided input, who helped with all the content, with the design, everything. We also had healthcare professionals. We had a psychologist who's been working on the project with us to provide input. Also Kelly Knupp was our HCP Dravee expert who provided input, and just numerous people from the community. So it's a culmination of a lot of people putting effort in to create this for the families. So we couldn't do it without all of you.
Would love to see some of this data incorporated into the Dravet Syndrome awareness. Yeah, so shared on social media. So many people don't understand how profoundly Dravet affects our family. I agree.
Well, actually last year during the Dravet Awareness Month, I think it was the week leading up to Dravet Awareness Day, the foundation actually did replay one of the what was it? It was a session at the Day of Dravee, the conference in 2018. So we presented the data there and it was recorded. And I think Marianne said it was one of the most downloaded presentations from the conference. So that is still, I think, posted up on your website.
Yeah. I'm sure we still have it on there.
Yeah.
Jean, if you want to, well, I'll see if we can't reshare that. Are there any other questions or comments? Were you going to say something, Lori?
No, I'm just so excited, and I cannot wait for all the families to get these kits in their hand, and I really hope that it will provide meaningful support, and I would just love to hear feedback. I think the plan, once the kits have been out there for a little while, is to maybe reach out to the folks who have received the kits and get some feedback with maybe a short survey, because that will help provide insights into how we continue to make this program even stronger for your families.
Oh, and just so you guys know too, I believe we have decided that the kits will actually start getting mailed out the middle to the end of July. Is, I believe, what we have decided on. So just so you know, if you sign up today, that's perfectly fine. Just, I didn't want you in 2 weeks to be like, where's my kit?
Yeah.
It's coming, but they'll start going out mid to end July.
Yeah, so they're still in production right now, but they will be finished soon, and I can't wait.
Let's see, I think we have something else on here. Jean was saying we need something more graphic style so people will read it. Let's see how many people in our life who would watch a presentation. So yeah, is there anything laid out well in a graphic style?
We do actually. So previously we had created 2 infographics that were based on, again, sort of the high level learnings of the data. One is a parent version. And then one is actually a sibling version that shares, it kind of tries to show siblings that they're not alone and that there are other kids that feel like you, and shared a few of the, statistics. So we can also make those links available to those 2 infographics.
Awesome.
A lot easier to digest.
Yeah. Oh, there's something else in there. Oh, she said thank you.
You're
With
welcome.
a yay.
Yay.
Well, if there's no other questions, should we close?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Well, this is Misty. I just want to thank everyone today because this has been truly a privilege for me. And I really want to give you guys my heartfelt thanks, and Miss Ali, wherever she went over there, because seriously, I've been in Ali withdrawal, and I really have been looking forward to Fort Worth this year and hanging out with your family, because you're amazing and everyone's amazing. And the Dravee community is absolutely, truly one of the most amazing communities I've ever worked with, both as a human being and as a physician. And I'm so enamored to you guys and so happy to be part of this project. And before we go, and the kids here, Lori and I say this all the time before we leave a session, but our parting thought to the kids, the Sibs, is they absolutely rock. And they are truly amazing. And for me and Lori, it's been a blessing and privilege to be with them as well as the families. And we are so happy to give you just a little bit of something to help you out with your everyday lives.
That's really sweet. Thank you for making them feel so special.
They are special.
They are. And it's so easy because, I think they do more for us, Lori and I, than anything, because we come out of there just absolutely just pumped, and they are truly special kids.
That's sweet. Well, hopefully you guys will get to see all the Sibs again soon. I want to thank you guys for doing this. And also just let everyone know that's on here, not to forget to join us next Thursday, June 18th. We're going to have Julie Milder here from Greenwich Biosciences as our guest, and make sure you register to receive the link. And that's it.
Okay.
You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Misty.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.